So you have loyal, you have ethical, you have hopeful. So like let's flip this on the other side. Now, no matter how loyal you are, how ethical you are, how hopeful you are, there's always going to be a negative Nancy that comes into the equation. There's always like the worst case scenario client that pops into the equation. So without naming names, I want you to talk about the worst case example that you've dealt with a client that was kind of like, this is not going to work. And you're sitting there thinking like, why the hell are you in front of me? You don't think it's going to work. And they're going back and forth and they're arguing and they're fussing and they're fighting and they're telling you no, but they hired you to help them. How did you overcome that?
Oh, wow. I have so many examples. Back, I think when I probably first started my company, I obviously was saying yes to anyone and everything that I could work for and work with, just because I was trying to build a clientele. So I got involved with this one company who was using a certain email platform that I don't particularly love, but it works. And so they came in and they wanted me to help with their email strategy and wanted me to help them put out the right messaging to the right people. That was the whole reason I started working with them. So as we are getting into their system, I'm noticing that they have really high bounce rates, they have really high unsubscribe rates. And so I'm asking, where did their list come from? Is it an outdated list? Is it an organic list that maybe we just need to clean through an email validation tool? Or do we need to really look at if this was a purchase list or not? Mm-hmm. And they flat out said it was a purchase list. They didn't get opt-in or permission from any of the people on this list. And they're just going to keep going with it. And I said, if you keep going with this, it was a very large list. If you keep going with this, your domain might be blacklisted, which means you're not going to be able to email anymore, which is going to eventually hurt your business versus going out and trying to build this list organically. And it was a hard no, you're going to purchase this list and you're going to send these emails and we want you to do it. Meaning my login information would be plain and clear right in that system saying that I sent these emails, which I don't really want my name on. Mm-hmm. And it just isn't good for the company. So I specifically said, I won't do this because it's unethical. We don't want to purchase this list and just not get opt-in permission. It's one thing if you have this list and we're getting permission, but you're not doing that. So let's try and just build these website forms and see if we can put out content to educate them. Nope, we don't have time for that. We're just going to keep going and going. And I said, well, I'm telling you right now, I want it in writing that this idea I'm not going to be able to use an email platform anymore. A month later, I stopped working with them. And sure enough, that happened. They got blacklisted. They came back. They wanted to work with me again to say, well, we're going to do it the right way, we swear. And I mean, at that point, I just moved on because you just can't trust them. So eventually, I don't know that I got them to overcome it or I did, because it was just a case of they needed to do things in a rush and I just couldn't watch them go down in flames.